just finished administering the midterm test, and now I'm about to head on home, and take care of some other important duties. Finish my lessons and I just finished my lesson and ready to head home soon. And yeah, today was a good day. We talked about the progress that my students have made since I've been their teacher, and it has been amazing. And I just really appreciate their support of me, their love, and just everything in general. So I'm gonna miss them. Seriously. Just got into work. It's now 8:15, and I'm about to get all my books and supplies, and then we'll get started. You know, it's funny, I'm going to miss being here, honestly. But you know something? Sometimes you have to step away from something to come back and do something greater. So this is my journey, friends. Here's to a good day, and always remember to try your best. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Ms. Dora. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I know it's Friday, and I promise you this won't be a very long presentation. This is called The Humanist Approach to ESL Teaching by yours truly. It's the ability to create a comfortable environment within the classroom between the teacher and the students. How would you define an ESL teacher? That's why an ESL teacher is one that helps students to learn English. Now, here's the question. What is the difference between being a teacher and having a humanist approach? Years ago at Pace University, and I was partnered with another teacher for that. To get to know your students, we don't necessarily mean personal, right? It just means where countries they're coming from. You know, why do they want to learn English? Introduce themselves to each other. Smile. Like, hey everyone, so I just got in the house and I'm making some lemon water. This is the first time I actually vlog so much, like an extended vlog. So it's the same topic, it's just extended. So this is my first time doing this. It's kind of like a mini documentary, I guess, but you know, I actually like it because I feel like you get a chance to see all different sides of me. It's not the, hey everyone, it's Dora, welcome to my channel. You know, it's you getting to see all phases of me, the good, the so-so moments, the disappointing moments, the sadness, everything. So it's officially my last week in class, and okay friends, so I'm heading to lunch right now, and then I'm going to hang around a little bit and just enjoy this beautiful weather. It's really nice out here, seriously. So hope you all having a good day out there, and I'll talk to you soon. How you doing? Okay, so good. What you do every day, you can't go back and say towards things you might not do.
What can we get you?
I'm trying to decide, my friend. I don't know. I want something yummy. Yeah, something different.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, so I'm out here at Coney Island Beach, as you can see. Very beautiful day out today. The sun is shining bright and feeling really good, so very happy about that. I like the music too, music's nice. So welcome to Coney Island Beach, everyone. It's been a while since I've been out here. I think the last time I was out here was probably in February of last year, if I'm not mistaken. No, October of last year is when the last time I was out here. And it feels good to be back in my old stomping grounds. One of the things I really enjoy about being here on the beach, it gives me a chance to think about some things and reflect, you know. because there's so much going on in my life, and sometimes I don't know how to kind of, I don't know what the word is, I guess figure everything out or put it all together or whatever, I don't know. So I think that one of the things I enjoy doing the most is actually just coming out here and just praying to God and asking for his help in certain things, or help me to guide me in the right direction. I'm actually walking towards the pier because I want to be able to be somewhere I can just kind of sit still and chill out. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let me see if I can find a spot. Let's go to the water, shall we? Okay, we're gonna go to the water right now. Just wanted to come out here and talk to y'all because it's been a very emotional 2 weeks. It hasn't been easy, to be very honest with everyone out here. Making this decision to walk away from something I love is never easy. And I think the one misconception is that when you love something, you'll never walk away from it, or you just would never think to do that. But sometimes, depending on circumstances, you kind of have to do that in order for you to learn more about yourself, or in order for you to try something new. And when I say try something new, it just means that it doesn't necessarily mean you're giving up on your career, you're giving up on what it is you want to do. It just means that you're giving yourself a second chance at something. Because I think, in fairness, I've been at this for 13 years, and I've had a great experience teaching ESL. I've been laid off, I've been let go, I've walked away, but I've always loved being in the classroom, always loved, teaching. And so it's very important to me that I continue with this great career of mine. I don't want to be an employee teacher anymore unless I'm overseas, because one of the things I'm not happy about is that here in the States, or particularly here in New York, although we have a lot of language schools and nonprofits, but the pay is really, really low. And the downside to that is you're not able to pay your bills or do the things you really want to do with this low salary. It's not to say you can't make money at ESL. It's just a reality that you won't be rich, so to speak. Not that I'm looking to be rich. And I think the other thing that I'm tired of is just the politics of it all. It's like the harder you work, the less appreciated you are. And I guess I just feel I'm just bored with that. I just feel like that's the part of this business I don't like. It's the whole idea of working your butt off and not seeing the fruits of your labor. And I'm not saying every job I've had was bad, or I'm here to badmouth any company or anything, because that's not my style. Even if I have disagreement with someone, or even if I have a disagreement with the way a certain business is ran, I would never disrespect the employer or the people at the workplace, because I feel that's being unprofessional. But I'm just speaking from a general standpoint, because it's not just one job or one situation. This is just a collection of situations or experiences that I faced. And it's one of those things I never really publicly talked about, because I was afraid of maybe how people would perceive me, or would this hurt my opportunities of a new position. But you know what? I've come to the conclusion now that I can't really worry about that, because I'm not here to badmouth anyone, or to say or do something that's going to cause any future harm to me. It's just that's just the reality, and I'm saddened that I had to make this decision where I have to move forward and I have to look elsewhere, because I feel it's necessary now. It's necessary. I feel like ever since I turned 37, it's time for me to step out my comfort zone and do something different. Because I feel if I don't do that now, then it's not going to happen. I'm not leaving the profession of teaching, and I have to stress that on this vlog, that I'm not leaving the profession of teaching. I'm not, because I love teaching too much to give it up. I just want to go about it a little differently, and it's my prayer, my hope now, that I'll get the opportunity to teach again, but it'll be overseas. Because that's really the last piece of this puzzle is, I've always told myself, okay, always want to work, say, for a nonprofit, and I have. And I wanted to work for a language school, and I have worked at several of them. And now I want to be able to say I worked overseas. And that's my ultimate goal now, is to work overseas now and to get that experience. So if you guys have any ideas, any countries or any place that you think would be good for me, let me know. I am a very friendly and loving teacher, and my style of teaching is not rigid or overly formal, but it's fun, and I like to have a good time in my classes. So if you know of any companies or places that don't mind teachers like this, then please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know, or you can private email me or private message me, or however. My goal here on YouTube, or just pretty much anywhere in the world, is to make a difference. And if my vlogs and me sharing my experiences here help someone, then I've done my job. I feel like I've done my part in this life, because I feel it's my purpose to help people. I feel it's my life's mission to help people and to motivate, inspire, give something back, you know. As a believer, I believe that when God blesses you, you know, in order to keep the blessings and in order for you to show thanks to God, you should, some will even go as far as say you have to give back. The reason why I say you should is because I always feel like you don't have to do anything, but always remember, whatever actions you put out, you'll get back in return. So I would say you should want to give back, you know. Good morning. It is day 3 of my last week here at the school. I just got in. I'm about to have my coffee and wait for my students to come in. Today is going to be a good day. We're going to have lunch after class, so I'm looking forward to that. And I feel really cute today. It's after 8:30 and no one's here. Where are my students?
You like Chinese person. Chinese person like take a picture.
You know, it's like my hobby, to be honest. And I like doing video. Like it makes me happy. It's like my favorite thing to do.
Your hobby.
It's my hobby, yeah. I enjoy it very much. So I just got home not too long ago, had a wonderful, wonderful time with my students at the cafe. We went to a Yemeni cafe, I hope I'm saying it correctly, here in Brooklyn. And basically it's a cafe where they serve different Arabic food, but particularly from Yemen. And it is so delicious. Honestly, it's my first time trying this type of food, and I like the Arabic music, and the staff there were wonderful, and it was a large group of us. Like, I would say I had students from my current and past classes attend, and I am just so honored and moved, because that usually don't happen when you have such a large group of students. Morning. So I just walked in. It's now 8:21, and I'm waiting for my lovely students. Day 4, one more day, and then I say goodbye to the school and to my students. I'm going to miss them very much, but here's to a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. About to head out, and this was a very emotional day today. A student told me that I really helped her during a very difficult time. She's a new student of mine. When she mentioned that she had a death in the family and she didn't feel happy, she didn't feel motivated. When she met me, she felt like my motivation and my personality really helped her overcome that difficult time. And I just broke, because I understand what that feels like. And it was just very moving and touching, a very moving and touching moment. And then we were in the hallway, so as I'm crying, she's crying, and everyone came over and they consoling both of us, and hugs. And you know, a lot of people thought that today was my last day, but tomorrow is. And my students, and yeah, it's hard to say goodbye, but in this case I'm not saying goodbye. I'm saying I'll see you later, you know. And I'm happy that a lot of my students have become my friends, some of them best friends, and I love them all so much. And
it wasn't easy today. Today was hard.
So I'm just sitting here reflecting on today, and I must confess that I'm feeling very, very emotional. And I guess I didn't realize how much these students truly mean to me and how much I mean to them. And there are some students that, just really touch my heart in a way that I can't begin to put into words. And I think that's why my emotions are the way they are. I'm sure some out there might say, well, why are you crying? Why are you feeling bad? But it's never easy saying bye to people that you love and care about. And no matter what reasons of the goodbye, so to speak, it doesn't matter the reason so much. It's just the fact that you have to say it. But in this case, I told my students that I'm not saying bye to them because I'm still around, and I'm not giving up the profession of teaching. So, it's not really a goodbye, but it is a bittersweet moment because there are just some people that really, really helped me in ways that they may not even know. I have a student now who he's like the nicest person I have ever met, and always lending a helping hand, always asking me how I'm doing. There have been so many days where I didn't feel like teaching or I didn't feel happy about certain things, and sometimes his smile alone or just the way he would do certain things, and his presence in the classroom is one that's very different than what I'm used to because you always have students who are very attentive and willing to participate, and then you have your shy students, but he's very different. He participates so well, but he has a great sense of humor and has this kind of personality that's just like amazing. But the one thing he has that I love so much is his heart, and I actually call him my teacher because a lot of times when I would ask questions, he always came up with all the answers. And I know that probably drove some of his classmates crazy, but I always enjoyed it, But the one thing he's done for me, the one thing he has done for me is show compassion, I take, when someone asks me how I'm doing, I take that very seriously because sometimes it's something we take for granted, but there's a difference between someone just saying it and then someone who says it because they really, really want to know. And he's one of those people that really, really wants to know how I am. And he knows, I did tell him today, but he really has left such an impact for me, on me. His tenacity and his perseverance, his willingness to learn, and his kindness, and always willing to help me. Even there were times in the classroom where I didn't know how to answer certain questions, or maybe I forgot how to spell a word or something. And he never made fun of me. He never made me feel stupid. He never did any of those things. He always lent a helping hand, whether it was carrying my books for me or just sometimes he would explain things, in the class, which was great because sometimes that peer-to-peer learning really makes a difference, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But the one thing I guess I'm going to miss the most is when he would come into my classroom in the morning and his smile and just say, how are you, my teacher, my best friend. And the fact that he considers me his best friend touches me very much. And I really
am so glad I met him. I'm glad that he is the person he is, because I learned so much from him in the time that he's been in my classes. And he's just one of many of the wonderful men and women that I've met at this school, you know. The backgrounds of my students are amazing. The professions that they have, the love they have for their families, and you know, their willingness to come to this country to start a new life, or to, you know, create life, so to speak, to have their children and maybe get married or whatever. And the fact that they made the sacrifices to come here to not just, you know, make a living for themselves, but to learn English, something that a lot of us native speakers take for granted. You know, it's a struggle for them. It's hard. It's not easy, but they do it. And the men and women, I should say, the men and women that I've been blessed to have in my classes really try their best. And that's why I always say try your best, because when you try your best, you'll do your best. And they really have. And I've seen improvement, and I've seen how far they have come, and especially for my students who were with me since I started at the school, 6 months officially, and to see their progression just touches me. It makes me so proud and so happy, and I'm proud of them, and I'm proud of all of my students, even my newest of students. I'm proud of them too, because the fact that they're here and they're willing to learn is the most important thing. It makes me feel fantastic. So it's bittersweet, you know. It's bittersweet because I know I'll see them again. At least most of them I will. And even the students who are not here in the States anymore and they're back home, I miss them terribly. But I want all of them to know how much they mean to me and how impactful their willingness to learn this language, their kindness, their love, the impact that has had on my life is something I can't put into words. And I'm not crying because I'm sad, but because I'm happy that I feel I made a difference. I feel I have made a difference during this process. And it just motivates me more to do more. It's pushing me in a direction that I didn't think was possible. It's making me realize there are some things that I've been wanting to do and I didn't think I could do it. You know, they really have inspired me so much to say, oh yeah, you can do this, and you will.
Closing a chapter. In life, there are many chapters, just like a book. We read a chapter, we go to the next one. And sometimes we have to close a chapter to open a new one. So I'm here to tell you is that if you are finding yourself reading a book and you can't seem to decide which chapter to move on to, the best advice is to finish the first chapter, close it, and move on to the next one. Because you don't know what you will find in that next chapter, and you might find the answers that you're looking for. To God be the glory always. How's everyone doing today? So today is my last day at the school, and you know, I'm feeling pretty good, you know. Of course, I know I'm going to probably feel sad once I get to the school, but I feel pretty good, you know. I don't feel upset, you know. I feel it's just the beginning of great things ahead, and I'm happy for that, you know. I always feel like there's new opportunities that we have to discover, not just in life, but within ourselves. So I think it's important that we take the time to discover those things, and that's what I'm doing now. So here's to a good day, and here's to a good day. All my lovelies, so nice. So today was very emotional and moving day, and I'm just feel so thankful to be here and to have received so much love and just good wishes. Everyone wishing me well, and just feeling really happy, friends. And I'm so grateful, and I thank God for allowing me to have wonderful people in my life and wonderful friends that I've made during this 6-month journey. And yeah, I cried because I feel so overwhelmed with joy, but I'm so happy that I had this opportunity. And thank you to every person out there who has made this day special for me. I love you all so much, and I appreciate y'all so much. And here's on to bigger and better things, and hopefully we'll all meet up again, and hopefully I'll be visiting some of your countries soon. That would be amazing. Love you all so much. Thank you for allowing me to be your teacher. Thank you for allowing me to be your friend. I really appreciate everything. I really do.